Thursdays and welcome to Thursday. Thursdays are usually afternoons, but things are kind of kittywampus. Blame it on the holiday season, blame it on, kiddos at home, yeah, all the things. So my daughter arrived back from college yesterday, so now everything feels a little bit out of order. And I haven't even gotten to schooling yet, but I've got a couple of orders for t-shirts that I need to finish up and do, so that's what we're going to work on today. I can always clean, right? It's going to happen after Christmas. I don't know. The craft camera, that's going to be my big January thing. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to do something major. So the first one is a medium size t-shirt in navy. I had one like it, but it was, I think, a large or an extra large at the show. And so a friend of mine wanted to get the medium version of the same one. So that's what we are going to do. When I make t-shirts for inking, these are individually done. It was kind of funny. I had a conversation with a lady at the craft fair. She kept trying to tell me that because her husband just started doing t-shirts, but he does sublimation and vinyl. Not that that's bad, but I don't know. My daughter and I were having this conversation about handcrafting and the difference between handcrafting now and what it used to be. When I think of handcrafting something or crafting something, I think of doing needlepoint or sewing or things that you make with your hands. And we've got kind of this weird thing going on right now where people love handmade 3D printing. Okay, it's not handmade. It's a industrially made. Actually, it's factory made, except that you're a one-person factory just pushing the button. So not to discount it, but it's just it's kind of a gray area right now. That's what we were talking about. So this lady kept saying how her husband was what should I say, handcrafting handcrafting t-shirts, because he orders everything online. He doesn't even make the vinyl. He orders it online pre-made and then sticks it on the t-shirt, and that's handcrafting. And I'm like, okay, we have a totally different idea. I guess in a sense, at least he's making it, I guess. It is making something, but I wouldn't say it's like a handcraft. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know. Am I being a snot about this? But I put a lot more value in somebody that hand crafts or hand sews or hand paint something. Even I know that my stencils kind of draw a line because it's sort of like stenciling, but anyway. So here is a silk transfer, and I was trying to tell her I do my t-shirts with ink. Each one is done individually. I put the ink on myself with my hands, not a machine, that kind of thing. Anyway, that is it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to handcraft, sort of, hand ink a t-shirt actually I've got 2 orders for t-shirts, and the first one is an older transfer, but, not too old because it's still to see through. What I do is I find the middle point of the transfer. If you saw, I put it back, not sticky sides together, but non-sticky sides together. I fold the t-shirt nicely in half, and that's how I find my midway point. Now, today is going to be a little more difficult on this one. This one says, "Not today, Satan." And it also says, "Maybe today, Satan." And the transfer, that just, I picked up every piece of garbage, and I need to get cleaned here. Not lying. Okay, so this is our ink mat, and it's a smaller size, which I love. It's a little bit more manageable. I'm going to put that underneath, first of all, so I don't forget. When they're really sticky, because it is a sticky, reusable mat, when they're really sticky, you might have to leave the plastic covering on it to put it inside, because otherwise it gets too stuck on there. You can't even slip it in there, but that's not the case. So this transfer says, "Maybe today, Satan." I have not done the maybe today. I have in my mind, I'm overthinking it, I'm sure. I just don't like it saying maybe today. I want it to say not today. So, and there is the option of putting the not on there because there's a bottom portion and then a top portion. The top portion has maybe already in it. I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, Oh, the other one was, I have a friend on Facebook that does, she like posted as she's knitting. And oh, I've got, I'm a crafter, I'm knitting. But she does the machine. Like she just wires in the machine. A machine knitter. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like I consider knitting like this, like with the sticks in your hand. Okay, so we are going to use white ink. I'm hoping I have enough white ink for this. And I'm actually, from experience, I know that I struggle getting this correct. So I'm going to first start out by kind of using blue tape on this, and it does go down into the transfer farther. Like as you can see, I don't have the whole knot on there, or the whole maybe blocked off yet by doing that. It's not a straight line, so I'm gonna have to, okay. I'm gonna have to kind of piece a couple extra little pieces in here. And I kind of have blue tape sort of hanging around on everything in here because I don't like to waste it. And usually one use is not very much, in my opinion. It would be different. Like, I don't mind it on the walls, like to waste it that way, but here in the camper, we're just, a lot of times I don't even hit it with anything. So it's a shame to just throw it away after one use, especially if I'm just using it for lines or whatnot. Okay, let's see if we can get, I kind of crumpled this. This one was so sticky. Sometimes blue tape is more sticky than others. I haven't even noticed that it's one particular brand. So anyway, I just want to, no showing out here. No clear. So anywhere you see like the clear through, that's where it's going to paste. Hopefully that worked. I don't want to kind of just paste it in here, but I don't want to be too close to my screen print either. Also, we're not going to do this bottom knot until after as well. Where did I have that sticking? All right, put this in here. Get those little loopy-doos from the maybe off of the screen. So I'm just gonna fold that. Okay, so we got that all taped off, and I've got that ink mat in there. So I apologize, I'm gonna do this sort of crooked. I'll put it down so you can see though. Hopefully, how have you guys been doing for all your holiday getting together, getting stuff ready? I keep thinking I'm a week ahead, but then I'm not really a week ahead. Ooh, that is really runny. I don't know what's going on here with my ink. I might have to wait on this one. I might have to wait, because this is way too runny for ink. And I had to take everything out of the camper because we didn't have heat out here because we ran out of propane in the house, and I had to keep the piano and the bass stable for heat. Didn't want to have them exposed to cold air. This is, I don't know what happened to this. I maybe put too much water on there. I'm just going to leave it open for now. Maybe. I don't want to get my fingers into it, and I already did. All right. I don't have the white ink, the extra. I should have gone and gotten it. I did kind of look through things here. I thought it was in the case. It came out, and then I couldn't find it right before I started. And then I'm like, oh, well, it's fine. I've got plenty in there, because I kind of looked in the case, in the jar, and I was like, there's plenty in there. But there's not. There's not. So I'm just going to double check to make sure I don't have the white, but it is in order, so I can't wing it. I have to do what the order is for. So this one I might set aside and go on to the next one and show you the idea. And, do not have the white in here, I'm pretty sure. Try as I might here. Try as I might. Nope. There is no white in here. No white to be had. What is that? Oh, that isn't ink. Oh, that's Jolene ink. Got Jolene, but not white. Okay. Well, moving on to the next one. You can watch me set that up again. All right, so this I'm going to fold up and sort of do this one next. I was hoping to get that one done first because I can deliver it tonight if I can get it heat pressed, but you know how that is. Okay, we need another one. There we go. I knew I had two. I have some big ones, and we could definitely use the big ones, but it's just sometimes easier and quicker if you can find them. All right, so bright pink is the color for the next one. And also for a medium. I was saying before the thing that when I first started doing this summer, at the beginning of the summer, I kind of chatted with a bunch of my friends who do t-shirts at shows and things, and we were talking about like, well, if you were to buy 10 t-shirts, because it's hard to like buy the t-shirt sizes and colors that you need and want. So anyway, we had this whole discussion about, well, if you had the money to buy 10 t-shirts, what colors would you buy, right? What would you stock up on and what would you make into it? All right, so this one is a Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, this one is called Piano Pals because it's all the gang around the piano. Isn't that cute? So we're making this into a t-shirt. Actually, this is for a gift. It was an order, so I'm pretty excited about that because it's going to a former student of mine. So I'm kind of excited about that. But here we go. This one is in black, so I know I could safely do this one. So if this was new and you were using this on, you know, like a sign or something or glass or something, you would not want to, you would want to do the fuzzing. But because we're putting it onto a t-shirt, we don't have to fuzz. But I am finding the middle by folding it back on the better side. And this is very sticky. So I think I'm going to put this down here as a precaution. It is a very sticky transfer for sure. These are reusable silk transfers, and I'm just going to kind of approximate with the smaller sizes and t-shirts. It's better to do it farther up, I found, because otherwise if you go too far down, and then the bigger the t-shirt you have, I'm just going to fold this back on itself, and hopefully I can find the middle that way, because I'm having troubles with it sticking down so hard. Okay, where is our fold mark? There it is. All right, and our fold here. The bigger the shirt, you want to kind of move it down a little bit away from the neckline, but this lines it right up on the center point for us. And I flatten that side out, sort of. Try to. We've got wrinkles in the shirt. All right, and we kind of, because it's got sort of a flat, I don't know if that's in the back or not. So then you just open up the t-shirt, in theory, take that off, open up the t-shirt, and it should be centered on the t-shirt by doing that. You can double check by measuring. Sometimes I do that, but I have thus far, it's been a pretty good gauge by doing this. Only thing I have going, have some wrinkles on the one side, so I'm gonna peel from that side and try to de-wrinkle it. It's kind of crazy. Peanuts are crazy today. Okay, cut that down. And then we're gonna take this ink mat, and this one is a little more sticky, so we're probably gonna need to leave the wrapping on it when we stick it in here first, because like that transfer, it's gonna be super sticky. I love these peanuts. We have peanuts. I think we have a peanuts launch coming out very soon. I don't know what day it is even. And so we're going to get some more peanuts. We had a launch on Monday or Tuesday, I think. New product launch for Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness. Well, if you're a crafter, you know that, we're pretty much done with ordering the Christmas supplies. Although we've been having like 12 days of Christmas deals, and I still have 12 days of Christmas boxes. You can get that at my website, prairiescraps.com. I'm just making sure, I like it to be nice and straight, but I'm just making sure it's underneath here completely because we do not want that mat not to be there. Because this is ink, it's going to soak into the fabric, which is really good because you can wash and dry this once it's heat set and it will not, you know, fade or come off. Or in fact, usually my t-shirts die before the transfer, you know, my inking dies. Let's see if we can find I just want to be certain that this is centered on here. It's so sticky. I'm afraid maybe I stuck it in the wrong place and then just sort of stuck with it. Trying to get it out here, a little measuring tape. I got the end of it. There we go. All right. And I just measure from kind of, whoops. It's not centimeters because I can't remember. 4. I measure from the seam. Oh, yes, that is almost 5 and this is 4. Yikes. So it is as I thought. I did it a little crooked. So now, I'm gonna measure again. I don't want them to be crooked. And this one actually, I'm looking at it, it is a little like this. That is much closer. The Snoopy part, or the, you know, the people part is farther down too. So you have to kind of take that into consideration when you're making a t-shirt. So there's gonna be this much. I kind of like to do about a hand, you know, 4-finger distance from the neckline down. But in this case, well, I should maybe move it up a little bit. I'm gonna do that. Do I have room? Yeah. All right. Hate to do this too many times because this is actually causing a fuzz. There we go. Let's see. Before I stick it down, that's 4. Ooh, is it noon already? Almost. Bada is home. All right, just a little bit down here. Little Woodstock with his. Okay. And then I want to go a little bit side to side since we've kind of gotten off course here. Guess this makes me think I need to measure the other t-shirt too before I print, because ink is permanent. We're not gonna be able to erase this. Even if we make a mistake, you're not gonna be able to erase it. So it's a little bit closer to my side. So I'm gonna try to do that again, but just a little bit, teensy bit this way. Okay, do you guys, I just was like trying to get ready to go and like everything is out because all my inks, oh, I got further down again. Did I do better this way? No, I did not. 3 and a little bit over, but this is 4, 4.5. So it is further down on this side. All right, one last time, right? Come on. Cooperate. This is the part, you know, lining up whatever you're doing. That's always the hardest, the most difficult part. It's still lower on my side here. I don't think I know all the names. Can you name all the Peanuts characters? Put them down below. I would love to hear if you can. So that is about on. Now, hopefully side to side, we're pretty close too. I do it from seams, almost 3, straight across. Just a tish, but I think it's not going to make a difference. I think we're going to stick with it because I feel like the more I move it around, the worse it gets. I do feel a little bubble, but it's like from the back. Okay, I want to make sure everything is under. This little Woodstock, he has a little flight pattern going on there, so I'm going to grab a little bit of blue tape to put over here because it's pretty close to the edge and I don't want to boo-boo. So I'm just going to line this up over here so I don't go too far over there. But anytime you're, it looks like it might, you know, it's real close to the edge, go ahead and do that. Tape it off. Tape it off when in doubt. It's a good idea. I'm always like in a rush and trying to do things fast. And so sometimes I make the mistake of not taping off. And I always regret. Kind of lifted there. Kind of crinkled up my transfer. All right, so you want to make sure all the air bubbles are out because this has a lot of detail in it and we want it to all show. This is a non-toxic black velvet ink. And so I will let this dry, and usually 24 hours, but I'm going to be doing some hustling. Actually, the other one is the one I need to hustle out tonight. Not because she needs it, but because I know that my daughter will see her, so I can pass it along that way. But you just want to smooth it on with your squeegee. Let me get you down here a little bit more. And again, I'm sorry it's sideways. It's also sideways to me, if that helps. But we're just going to do it. We got the little wood stock there. Name the Peanuts characters. I would like to know. Can you name them all? I know there's Lucy. Is this the little girl with the glasses? Is that Sally? And then Schroeder is the piano player, isn't he? I couldn't remember that for the longest time. Schroeder. I can't remember all of these characters. Charlie Brown, obviously. Linus. He's the one with the blanket. Lucy. What is the messy one's name? I'd love to hear if you can you name them all? What are all the names? And then put who's your favorite. Like a little thumbs up with your favorite name. Who is your favorite? All right, so you could take your time with ink. You don't have to like hurry and get it done before it dries up. Unlike, you know, when you're working with chalk, you kind of want to hustle along. All right, before you peel to reveal, check your fingers to make sure you don't have any bits and pieces, because when you put your finger on the t-shirt, you're going to be regret putting black fingertip prints on it. So I'm just going to peel from here. I think we'll just take this off first. And it's a good thing I did that because I did go right over into that. So we'll put this up over here. And then we're going to peel to reveal, but we're going to try to peel from the center and peel nice and slowly. Because if we find that we didn't hit something up with the ink, then we want to lay this back down right away and get it fixed. We can always lay it back down. You could do it later, but it's really hard to line up. If you saw how hard it was for me to measure this out. Isn't this the cutest? Oh my gosh. I love this. I need my own because I'm a piano player. Oh my goodness, this is the best transfer yet. I bought it. I've been hoarding it for a while. It's called Peanuts Piano Pals. And it's so cute. I think it's on there. I'm pretty sure it's still available. You could check out down below. I have all my links. But if you would like one special made, please go ahead and let me know. There's a text number. Just text me. Say, hi, this is so-and-so, and I am interested in having a Peanuts t-shirt made, and I will let you know what I have for it. You can let me know what size you have. I can tell you what I have on hand. If I have to order a t-shirt in, it probably won't be by Christmas. All right, I'm going to shut this ink up. I keep my ink separate from my paste because I do not like to get them mixed up. I still have that ink open, trying to dry it up. I used to have to do that a lot. I've got too much water into it and it would need to be, but isn't that adorable? Let me show you that. Holy cow, I love, love, love this t-shirt. It is so cute. Cute, cute, oot, oot. You can sometimes get it off, but black is going to be a pretty good stain. So I will let this dry as best I can. And then actually, usually I try to let them dry 24 hours. And I come back with a heat presser, an iron, and a piece of parchment paper over it and heat set it on 360 for 60 seconds for the heat press or with the iron. So it's easy peasy. Great Christmas gift if you already have some on hand. Yes, we are getting close, but like I said, I just got an order today. I'll be getting that t-shirt out today. So it doesn't take me long. It's just making the time. So are you guys making your gifts? And then you don't want to let it dry with that ink mat in there. And you can see this is really sticking. And the reason why you don't want to let it dry is because it actually kind of dries up that mat. So I'm trying to get it off. I don't want to touch the ink on anything. I don't want to touch the mat because it does go through. And I'll show you in a second here. Try to get it off without smearing ink all over the t-shirt. That's the key. Anywhere, front, back, inside, whatever. We don't want to smear it. Just being really careful because I know it's also on the mat because it does go through. Let's see if I can show you sort of this is kind of a bad angle, but you could kind of see that some of those, like Lucy's hair goes through. I just stuck my finger in. Is it Sally? I smeared. Dang it, you guys. Trying to show you that back. I smeared some of it. Got a little bit here above. I put my fingers all over it, you guys. All right, well, I'm going to work on trying to fix it without panicking. I appreciate you all, but all I want to do is show you that if it goes through, you just want to take a light wipe on it. You don't want to really scrub at it because you don't want to scrub that stickiness off, and just get it off as best you can so you can use it again. Keep the packaging on it so that it's reusable over and over and over again. And Snoopy's got a weird grin on his face. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. These are directly from the archives from Charles Schulz and Snoopy, the Peanuts gang. Like, these are the real deal artwork from his cartoons. So sometimes, I mean, they were that was kind of the thing, right? So I'm going to be working on this. I hope it doesn't smear. But I hope you have a very good, blessed day. Make sure that you keep on crafting. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Down below is all my contact information. Be sure to subscribe and hit that heart button. And make sure you hit the notification button. So thank you so much. We will chat soon. Keep on crafting.